Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So I just got a call that our old little baby Altima is ready to be picked up from paint. So it's probably about a week and a half later. So it really didn't take that long at all, in which they said it was going to take about a week and a half. Pretty quick turnaround for some paint and body work. Hopefully it's good quality and it looks good. We got the trailer loaded up and we're gonna head south and go pick this thing up. Go see what kind of paint job we got. So let's hit the road. Some of you guys probably noticed that I changed the logo up a little bit. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about that logo. I'm gonna toss it on some hats and a shirt, kind of see how it comes out. I liked the logo, it looked pretty good. So the other one was just kind of bland that I had, so I wanted to change it up, make it more appealing, I guess you could say. But yeah, you guys are gonna have to let me know what y'all think about the new logo, banner, all that stuff. Let's go pick this car up, see, like I said, what kind of paint job we got. All right, we made it here. As you've probably seen by that sign there, we actually had Mako do the paint job on this car. Should be fun, totally fun. Anyways, let's go in here. Let's get this invoice paid real quick. Take a look at this car, see how the paint job came out, because you never know with a Mako paint job, but I was curious to see how it turns out. So let's go get this thing paid and get this car loaded up. Here this thing is, all one color. Kind of looked over it a little bit. Everything looks decent. The only thing is they didn't tape. Let's see if you can see it. They didn't tape anything off. So you can see that brand new shutter we put in there's nice and blue. The horn's blue. That front crash bar is all blue. All the cords and everything are up here blue. So a little frustrating, but other than that, I mean, it actually looks decent. There was some damage right here. It's all nice and straight, painted. All the paint matches all down the car. Hood looks good. There was one small, I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up. You can barely see it right there. It's like a small low spot, but it was there originally, so I guess they just didn't even mess with it. Fender, all looks good, and the door I'm actually fairly impressed with. Other than that, it's still, yeah, it's got like a little dent still there. But I can't complain. The door looks all right. The camera can't pick it up, but they did a pretty decent job with these body lines. I was worried about that because the dent was right here, and so that body line there and that body line here was crushed. It's Mako. I mean, I didn't expect this perfect showroom paint job, right? It was a fairly cheap paint job compared to a good quality paint shop doing it. So it is what it is. Cheap paint job, cheap car. Not trying to go crazy with it or anything like that, but good enough what we need it for. It's all one color, nothing crazy noticeable. So it is what it is. I might try to get some of that paint like off the crash bar there. It looks kind of crappy, but I'm afraid when the grill is in there, you'll be able to see the blue crash bar in there, and I don't really want that. So, but again, cheap paint job. You get what you pay for. It's all one color, and that was the ultimate goal, right? So, anyways, let's get this thing loaded up, get this thing back home, because we need to get this thing back together.
Well, good morning, everybody. Well, morning for me, at least. As you just seen, we picked up the car from paint. But with that being said, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people in the comments that says, you get what you pay for, and I understand that, but I feel like this is just absolute complacency. Like, this is silly. This could have been easily prevented, and yeah, they just didn't care when they painted it. Like I mentioned, I kind of just tossed the bumper on by 2 fasteners because they said they were gonna be taking it off to paint it individually. And so that's why I didn't put any of the stuff back in like the headlights, grill, all that stuff. And obviously I didn't want to take the chance of any overspray getting on all those new parts. So I just kind of left it open, thinking that they would at least try and cover the hole a little bit, not just spray everything. And yeah, like I said, I'm sure everyone's gonna say you get what you pay for with a cheap paint job, not to mention it was a well-known place that kind of does stuff like this in Mako. But I mean, the paint, everything else, like the hood and stuff, I mean, there's a couple of small things, you know, that could have been fixed, but for the price I paid, those little things didn't bother me whatsoever. This, I feel like, could have took just a couple of seconds to throw something in here or whatever and prevent most of the overspray. I wouldn't be worried if there was a little bit, but it's, yeah, everything's pretty much oversprayed. So kind of silly. Like I said, someone's falling back here behind me. You know, I put like the brand new shutter and all that on there, and it's all nice and blue. Everything's blue up in here. Even the alternator back in there has a little bit of blue on it. The overflow reservoir right here, or the radiator reservoir, is all blue here. I just feel like that's super silly. Could have easily just been avoided, but you know, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do now. There's no going back. Only thing we can do is just kind of press forward and get this thing back together. And my ultimate hope is to get this thing back together today. Got a few hours before I have to head out. So enough talking, let's start getting this thing jammed back together. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna start on first, where's this wire? Yeah, this sensor that got cut off, we sourced it. I think it's the, I have to go back and look. It's like the temperature sensor, ambient temperature sensor that goes right here. Brand new one over there in those boxes. You get it out, start with that, because if I don't, I'll forget it. I got this connector all heat shrinked with some nice waterproof butt connectors and everything. For whatever reason, my brain wasn't braining. We need to go here. I should have definitely cut this way shorter and connected it to this existing one, but I'm just gonna kind of probably like wrap it around, zip tie it, stick it. It's good enough for who it's for. But some things you just can't make up. When I pulled the connector or the sensor off, or the connector when I was heat shrinking it, and as you can see, it is sitting here drying with super glue on here. I may or may not have dropped this and it went straight down on this little clip here, or where it like retains into that little plastic piece, and it snapped off perfectly. So just dandy. Hopped on, ordered a new one. They were kind of super cheap, but I'm gonna let this dry and stick it on here. If it holds, it holds. If it doesn't, I'll have another one for it, whatever. Yeah, let's go ahead and start tossing some more stuff on here real quick. Got all the supporting pieces up here up front for the bumper, little absorber here and everything. All that's on 100%. Need to dig the old bumper out. Got a couple of good pieces like the turn signal and that little trim piece, whatever, and a couple other little small things. You need to get it tossed on the painted new bumper and get it tossed on so I can start adjusting all the main body panels before I put in like the headlights and all that stuff for good. So let's get this bumper dug out, get all the pieces transferred over to our good bumper. Got the passenger turn signal and the little plastic trim piece underneath it on. Unfortunately, I had to kind of do a little modification to it. This little tab that was right here had like it was sticking way out, and you can see on this side it should be like that as it is on the OEM ones, but that one was, for whatever reason, a lot taller, so just heated up a little razor and zipped it off. It's all good, all in there, everything's fine. Not thrilled with the grill though. These two end tabs were kind of flared out on the bumper side in the same exact spot on both sides, so I just kind of clamped them down, heated it up a little bit. Hopefully it'll kind of stay where it's at once I unclamp it. We'll see how it works. But there's just a lot going on with the grill that's not great. I'm missing on the grill side, the tabs that will meet the bumper here and here. And obviously you see the problems with those two. And then up in this corner, I was missing the little OEM Phillips head fastener up there. So only one I had was that one, and the head was too small, so I had to put this big goofy washer on there. It might interfere with something when going back on here. Hopefully that's not the case, but so I may just end up just breaking down and buying a new grill for this. There's just a lot going on. I had to do a lot of gluing and all that plastic welding and everything. So not thrilled to say the least. So may just get a new grill. I think they were $50, $60 for these grills. I should have just bought a new one anyways. But I wanted to attempt to fix it, say at least gave it a try. So we're gonna move on to the driver's side turn signal and plastic trim piece, get that tossed on. And I think we're about ready to toss the bumper back on. Bumper is all 100% back together. All the turn signals are in with the little plastic pieces. Grill is in to include the little rubber seal right here that seals the bumper to the hood. I think what I'm gonna do now is just kind of get everything behind the bumper 100%. We're gonna get the windshield wiper reservoir back in. A couple little things. I gotta pull the tape off the sensor there and just kind of check everything real good, nut and bolt everything right here. Then I have to toss in the new little bracket that goes right up underneath here that holds this side of the bumper with the bolt, because ours was missing. All these wires situated and everything, and just, like I said, check everything 100% behind the bumper, because this will probably be last time the bumper comes off, unless I do decide to end up getting a new grill, which I probably will, more than likely, but that's at a later date. Not worried about that right now. Just want to kind of get it back together. So let's move on, get this reservoir on and check everything, get it all ready for the bumper to go on. All right, coming down to the wire here, we got the little bracket there on, got the tape off here, got pretty much everything good to go, ready for the bumper. Got the reservoir on. Unfortunately, it was a little wonky. This tab was bent in, and obviously, because as you probably seen in the previous video, this fender bracket pushed it out and kind of shoved it into this and bent this tab. Heated it up, and it kind of went back into place for the most part. Not perfect, but it's functional. It's gonna do what it needs to do. So yeah, I think just maybe bumper is ready to go on. So let's get that tossed on real quick and we'll go from there. All right, we just got the bumper all back on here. Looking pretty good. Nothing's adjusted. Everything's still kind of off. Hood's not closed either, but it popped on there pretty good with the fender so far, with nothing being aligned right now. Obviously the fender brackets on each side down in there are still loose, because next step is going to be pretty much getting everything adjusted, which is going to take some time. Kind of moving pieces here and there, bumper, hood, fender, door over there on that side. So that's going to take a little bit of time, and I think that's going to be the next step there. But I think that's going to be all the time I have for this video today. It is probably going to be a little bit shorter of one, but unfortunately I didn't have a ton of time. I got as much as I could done in the hour or two that I had before I had to head out. But it's all one color. All the main body panels are on and looking pretty good. As far as the paint and stuff like that goes, the orange peel in this actually matches the OEM pretty well on the sides over there. So that's pretty good at least. And in the color and the pearl inside this ray blue matched really well with some of the stuff that wasn't painted on the car. So happy about that as well. Unfortunately, we ended up with a little more paint than we wanted in some spots. Fortunately, you can see the horns that are nice and blue in there. Other than that, you can't really see a whole lot of anything else in there that got colored blue. Obviously, the headlights are going to cover all this stuff up, so you won't see that either. So I may end up seeing if I can find some cheap little horns or something on there just to replace those blue ones there, so that you don't see them through the grill. But yeah, overall, unfortunately, like I said, didn't have a ton of time, but as much as I could done in this video. I think tomorrow morning, I'm probably going to, off camera, just start working on all the alignment of every panel. Not gonna record that, that's kind of tedious and gonna take some time, a lot of bolts and moving pieces and things like that to get all the gaps right on the entire car here. So fingers crossed that all that stuff lines up, no issues there. Might be one, maybe two more videos on this. I think in the next video, we're gonna pretty much finish it all up, and there's a couple of odds and ends, some lights on the dash. Need a windshield. There's a little spot in the trunk. When it rains, it kind of leaks down in there. The seal around the trunk is kind of letting some water in, so we got to tend to that, see what's going on there, try to get that fixed. That's gonna be it for this one. Like I said, got as far as we could today. Had to kind of cut it short, unfortunately, because I gotta get out of here. But if you guys got anything from this video, if y'all enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button for me down below. It is obviously 100% free, helps out the channel a ton. If y'all enjoy the content on this little car, we made a couple videos on it. We got a couple more coming. Hit that subscribe button down below and follow along with us. See if we can't get this thing back to 100%, or 99 at least, we'll say that. Hope everyone has a wonderful holidays. We will see you guys very soon in the next one. See ya.